have your attention? Thank you very much. For those of you who may not know me, I'm Greg Miller, President of American Hiking Society. I want to welcome everyone from the trail community, from our Partnership for the National Trail System, from agencies, congressional staff. This is our 17th annual Hike the Hill to promote trails and public lands, and that's a big deal. We have tried and true through good budgets and bad, through tough times, have been able to every year really reach out and present a clear, cogent, and relevant message to our, of course, agency partners, as well as those on the Hill. And in spite of the difficulties that we do have, of course, with the current Congress, as we all are aware, there are champions. There are leaders that we have that we know we can always depend on, that will stand through with us in thick and thin. And you all recognize Congressman Blumenauer next to me, so you know who I'm talking about. And Congressman Blumenauer has been in the vanguard for us in the trail, the outdoor recreation, the human-powered mobility dynamic that we have going in our country to get out and either put one foot in front of the other, get on a bicycle, get in a paddle, ride a horse, and enjoy America's great outdoors in the way. So I would like to very much introduce and have Congressman Blumenauer share a few words with us from his perspective, our true champion, chair of our Congressional Trails Caucus, and one of the best friends we have in the trail and public lands community. So, Congressman, if you would, please.
Thank you, Greg. Well, we're very pleased that you're here. If memory serves, I think I've been with you almost all of those 17 years.
Yes,
going back with our friend the late Bruce Bento. You
were up here with Oberstar?
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
You're here at actually a time that is well suited for your message, because you tie together so many strains of policy dealing with health, natural resources, stretching dollars. The work that you do with our agency partners, this has not been probably the easiest time for federal employees in sort of the weird, for a while there we were paying them not to work. But the notion of your being able to work with them, that I know, having talked with a number of the folks that are energized by having these relationships, they desperately want to make the most out of these treasures. And your willingness to think strategically with them, to the volunteer efforts, the contributions, the energy and the enthusiasm spills over. It's also something that I think if we were able to calculate the marginal impact of each hour, of each dollar, of each little policy tweak, it's hard to think of anything that we're involved with that has greater ripple effects. Economically, health, environment, protecting resources that belong to all Americans. Part of what we need is to just make sure that you are here making those connections and being heard. I hope that some of you will be making invitations, particularly if there's somebody who's cranky, somebody who hasn't quite read the memo. Right now, in the offices of those men and women who aren't yet with the program, there are certified smart, they're usually pretty young people, who are dealing with, what am I going to do with her when she's back in the state for a week in February, for a week in March, for the month of August. It's their job to try and keep members of the House and Senate productively occupied, presumably with something that they will like to do. Maybe it'll have some media attention. Anybody getting any ideas here? Huh?
Yes.
Any invitations that could be extended to look at projects in metropolitan areas or in areas that are further out that would be visually significant, that would sort of drive the point home, that would be fun to get the attention, and maybe get out and just stretch the legs a little bit, enjoy these treasures. I would hope that you don't stop any place without leaving an invitation. I hope that you check, and it's on the web, look at the Senate and House calendar and look at what those recess hours are going to be. And then think about how to tie it in to things that are happening in your community. I truly believe that if we could get even the crankiest people out, first of all, it just lifts the spirits, right? I mean, it does. And people, when you have a meeting on the move, it's not clanking silverware in a restaurant or around a conference table. Maybe it's a picnic lunch after even hiking for 45 minutes. Different mindset. Different mindset. And as effective as some of you are, painting word pictures and showing charts and graphs, looking at the real deal has, I think, tremendous impact. So, thanks for being here. We need you here more than ever because these threatened places aren't getting less threatened. The ability to tie together America's treasures with a plan and a vision has never been more urgent. There are more of us who need to experience this across America. And you have a message that is inherently not partisan. I'm cranky that you're having less response from part of the folks here in Capitol Hill, but at core, respecting our trails, our rivers, our open spaces, our national parks. These are our crown jewels. This is our heritage. And this is something historically that has united people. And some of the greatest champions have been Republicans, or they've been people who haven't been particularly partisan at all, but they're caught up with the power of these opportunities. So, thanks for being here. Look at the calendar, make invitations, make so reasonable requests that people just can't turn down. Help them understand how the most modest of investment is going to multiply so many times over and make a difference for generations of Americans to come. Thank you very much.